came over in 1967, I started walking bus routes. Every time my bus stop, they said my name, Cornbread. I rode Cornbread everywhere, every day. That's what I did. A lot of guys was at the gang war, hurting each other, shooting each other, stabbing each other. Some guys was into sports. Some guys was in entertainment.
Yeah.
This was a new thing. This is new. Under the attention I got at YDC, I can get the same thing in the street. We didn't use the word graffiti. We didn't use the word hip hop. You know what? You know what?
Go.
Why do you think we didn't use the word graffiti and hip hop?
They weren't there.
There you go. There was none.
How would you have defined it back then? If you were to, because like you say, I get the entertainment aspect. That totally rings true because you're providing, it's an artistic platform. But what would you have described it if it wasn't graffiti or writing? What would you have called it?
Well, I don't know if I hadn't have done it. Somebody else would have done it. It's just that I knew what I had to my advantage. I had a way of communicating, and I knew that the more I wrote, the more they would talk about me, and eventually I would reach the media. That was my objective, and I reached the media, but it wasn't by way what I thought it would be.
How did you think it would be?
By some glorious feat that I had done. But I was going to work one day, and I'm picking up the newspapers. I always read the newspapers while I ride the bus. And I was going to work, and on the front page it read, Cornbread is shot to death. That's what it said on the front page. Cornbread is shot to death.
Wow.
Story on page 3. So I turned to page 3, and this is what it read. The fantastic career of Philadelphia best-known graffiti artist came to a violent and sunny outside a hotel and bar. Here I am on the bus reading about my own death.
Mad.
I'm like, what? I pull the cord. I get off the bus. I call my job. I call out that day. I call the newspapers. You better get your story right. Guy's like, hello? I said, you better anchor an article about Cornbread. It's shot to death. Well, Cornbread is not dead. I'm Cornbread and I'm alive. Wow. Let Cornbread rest in peace, man. Cornbread is gone. Let him go, man. Let him rest in peace. We don't need no imposters. He hung up on me. I called them back. I said, you better get your story right. I'll tear this town up. Get your story right. Oh, you again. Let Cornbread rest in peace. He hung up. And I knew that if I didn't do something in the next 7 days, take my name out of the death of the guy got killed, that my name would...
It would go out of history. It would go out of circulation.
It would have never made history. I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
I'm just getting started.
They're trying to get rid of you. They're trying to delete you before you even began.
No, such is not the case.
Yeah.
The guy got killed. His name was Cornelius.
Oh, I see.
And he's standing in the street, somebody blew his brains out. And people walking by. Corn is shot. Corn is dead. Somebody killed Corn. Wow. The media automatically assumed that the corn short for Cornelius was the corn short for Cornbread, and erroneously announced my demise.
Foolish.
I'm on a bus reading about my own death. That became a prescription for disaster. I knew I had to do something amazingly bizarre to snatch the media attention so they could reprint their story and let them know that I still exist. I had pondered countless possibilities, man. I didn't know what to do. And I started writing Cornbread is not dead, but that didn't have no impact on the general public because they just read an article, front page, Cornbread shot to death.
It was a big outlet. That was a big outlet that just done in,
Right. So I knew I can't let my reputation go to Cornelius' grave. And I knew I had to do something something real bizarre to snatch the media attention so they could reprint this story and bring me back to life. And the only thing I could think of, man, that the media gonna print about was going to the zoo. Why? Because the zoo is a tourist attraction. Let something happen in the zoo. Everybody can know.
That's genius.
Yes. I go to the zoo and I'm walking around thinking, where I'm going to start at? And I seen all these people sitting around in this pit. It was, hey, in the master of the crowd, I goes and see what they're looking at. And there's a zookeeper showering down the elephant. So he taking pictures with the people, man, and he holds the elephant trunk, and he making contact with the elephant torso. He's pulling on the elephant ears. To me, the first thing that came to me was this elephant must have came from the circus.
Oh,
and
shit.
So I said, well, if he can touch that elephant like that, so the fucking, I watched the elephant for 3 days, man. And I knew I was going to bomb the whole zoo out, right? I was going to bomb the whole zoo out. But I don't need to do the whole zoo. I got up Sunday morning, early in the morning, anticipating. Went to the back of the zoo, climbed over the fence, came down the clothes where he was at, hopped into the pit, and I walked up to him. I took the spray paint on and started clacking up. Clack, 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 clack. Get a ball rapping.
What did the elephant do?
He turned around and looked at me, heard the clack, and he turned around and looked at me.
Oh, shit.
And he didn't pay me no attention. I walked up to him, I wrote cornbread libs. I ran around to the other side, I wrote cornbread libs. That was a piece of cake, man. I was anticipating all this, didn't know what to expect. I'm like, this wasn't shit, right?
So it's chilling hard.
Right, it wasn't, no. So I hops out the pit.
Yeah.
Guess what? The whole zoo is at my disposal. I have my way. I literally just raped the zoo. I wrote my name and everything, man.
You just hit the whole zoo up. The whole zoo got hit.
Somebody else was in that zoo, man, to see that I was doing. They called the police.
Oh,
yeah, if I would have went on that elevator, came out that zoo, and made my exit, I'd been long gone. But I stayed around, man, and left my mark. And by the time I got to the exit, the police were just pulling them up.
Wow.
They reached through their guns. I put my hands up in the air. Let's go away. Put your hands behind your back. Took me in custody, man. Locked me up. So that was up all night anticipating going to the zoo and I wanted to do my thing. I got locked up in the process. So I'm trying to get me some rest. I'm sleeping down on the juvenile bench.
Yeah.
Man, holding this cell. Every 5 minutes. Yo, which one of y'all was cornbread? I said, right here. Yo, kid, give me an autograph. Every 5-10 minutes, man.
What?
Like, the whole block is, yo, what's up, cornbread? What's up, man? Who the fuck is you, man?
Because they all thought you'd gone.
I went to the hearing for that, man. And the judge got my autograph, man. I said, this is on some hot shit, man.
That is the coldest story I've fucking ever heard.